morning. Good morning. Welcome to A Made Up Mess. I am your host, Wanda Leonard, and today we will be doing makeup while I tell you a story. I so thank you for joining me this morning. If you get to watch the replay, just put pound replay. And as always, you can find me here on the We Empower Network. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and we're also on YouTube. So go out there, like, follow, and most importantly, share because we're trying to help people and save lives. So let's get started. So the topic of today's show will be how not to allow yourself to be played as a pawn. Right, I did. Okay, so as we get started, I'm going to stop every now and then, tell you about a product or two, and then we'll keep going, okay? Because we only got an hour to get this thing done, and I got a whole face to do. Okay, so I'm going to start off with our Super Elixir. Okay, I love this stuff. This is a game changer for me. I'm very dry, and even if you're oily, you still need a hydration. And this is a wonderful hydration for me. It looks like it's going to be oily, but it absorbs right on in, and it has a baby soft feeling to it. Baby bottom feeling to it. I do my neck as well, everything. Hydration everywhere. Then I also want to do my moisturizer, my Condola moisturizer. Now, I don't know how many of you believe this, but I strongly believe that sometimes God puts you in situations that are just for you to learn a lesson or two. Could be many lessons. One such thing happened to me, and it took me a long time to realize that it really happened. I thought I had to be dreaming. This can't be happening. This wasn't real, because it happened around 2020. And around 2020 was when, I got to a point at one point where I was like, are we still alive? Is this real life? I'm going to be looking out sometime, because looking at my baby Priscilla, my camera. So I got to make sure that what you see is what I want you to see, right? So in this particular time during 2020, of course, all we could do was watch a lot of TV and try to be as safe as possible. Well, I started watching a lot of TV documentaries and everything. That's when the Tiger King was a big thing. But Amazon Prime was my jam, right? So I was watching Amazon Prime. What I just put on, guys, was the primer. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you. I was watching Amazon Prime, and there was this show that just kept, every time I turned on the TV, there was a show. Now, I'm not going to name the show, and I'm not going to name the person in the show, because this story is not about this person, but about the position that you put yourselves in sometime, and the lessons that's to be learned from it, especially when you don't get out of it, okay? So I use the VFX Pro. The VFX Pro has technology in it that makes it look like you have a camera filter on. Let's see if I can do this without squirting it all over myself. Let's try it there first. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 didn't do right. There we go. Then we'll go to eyebrows. Okay, so this show just kept popping up, and I'm thinking, it wasn't really looked like something that I wanted to see, but it was intriguing. It almost looked like, I don't know, like it'd be kind of harsh. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't figure it out. Well, it kept popping up. Finally, I said, forget it, I'm going to watch it. So I watched it, and it was a documentary type movie, and the young lady in it, I just fell in love with her. I thought, I like her point of view. I like her stance. I like the way she thinks. It's like, it came across like I'm at a point in my life where material things mean nothing, and the value and the truth in life is being yourself and living in the moment and helping others and all this other stuff, right? All this good stuff. So I thought, wow, that was great. I'm going to remember her name. So I went out and, you know what, now that I think about it, that's exactly how they got me. I Googled her. And so I want to know, who is this person? I never heard of her before. She had a good little story and everything. Well, it was probably a couple of weeks later. Now I'm getting ready to put just a little powder on, just a little, just a little, just a little dusting because I haven't, you know what, I'm gonna let it dry on its own. As you notice, it gives me a matte dry. It's not dewy, it gives me a matte dry, but I'm gonna start on my eyebrows. So about 2 weeks later, I'm on Facebook. You know, we always on Facebook, right? I'm on Facebook and then I start seeing this person again. And I didn't think to look on Facebook. And now this whole time, it's been years, I'm going, how the heck did they find me? And I watched on Amazon on my TV. But I Googled. And let me tell you anything about Googling and all that. They may say everything's private, but your privacy is gone. Okay? It's gone. Because everything you do, they get you and track you. But that's another story for another day. So anyway, eyebrows. I'm going to do eyebrows. As you can see, I don't have the end of my eyebrows, so I have to make them. So I kept seeing, and this person was advertising a promotion where, I just broke it off, a promotion where she wanted to develop this app, and the app was comprised of Black women. And the whole thing was to empower Black women to make your own money, to, you know, whatever it is you're good at, put it out there in the world so you can encourage. It was this kind of like twisted on the illegal side, almost. Okay, it was the negative side of this network. Okay, this network's positive. That one was a joke. But anyway, I fell for it because I'm like, wow, I like this person. This person was on TV. So, you know, you're thinking, okay, this person on TV, this person must be the bomb, right? So I'm listening and, you know, this person telling their story, and it was like all about women empowerment. So I'm going to use my fingers, y'all, don't laugh. I use my finger to shape it down. Okay. Use my finger to shape it down. The best shapers I got are these fingers, boy. So I'm not going to use a little concealer to go ahead and shape them up. Well, she went on and on to say that she was going to take all these women. She was looking for 100 women. I'm going to train you. And by the time I get through with you, you're going to know how to make $1 billion. I'm going to train billionaires, 100 billionaires. So I'm listening, and she started having these invitation meetings, and I'm thinking to myself, should I go? Should I not go? So I went. I wanted to see what she was talking about. It was pretty cool, but you had to invest. So I thought, well, I don't know like that to invest in this process. I thought it was a neat concept that she was trying to do, but I wanted to watch her some more. So on the weekend, she would run these Facebook promotions where if you're at least a six-figure earner, you get on there and she tell you how to turn that 6 figures into 7 figures. Me, not realizing, I watched every Saturday, and not many people came on the show, right? But this one Saturday, I got up and made my face up. It was a Saturday or middle of the week. I don't know. But I made my face up. I had nowhere to go. So I was just like, I'm going to make my face up and just sit on the couch and watch TV. Well, I got ready to watch that show. To this day, I cannot tell you what I pushed. But the next thing I know, I was on the show. I can't tell you how that happened. I was on the show. I'm looking around, and I heard her say, okay, we have Wanda on the show. And I'm thinking, I ain't no six-figure earner. I ain't a six-penny earner. And so I'm like, this gonna go down bad. And so when she was calling my name, I'm looking around like, is there another Wanda? Because I can't tell you I'm on the show. I see my face, but I can't tell I'm on the show. And so she was like, Wanda, you know. And so finally I realized it was me, and I said, I don't know how I got on this show, but I'm not a six-figure earner. I don't qualify right out. And she said, well, you cute today. Come on, let's talk. So we had a nice discussion. She was talking about She most was talking about how I look, right? What's something there? Hey, it was a trip. And so, so I'm sitting there looking stupid, like, oh yeah, that's how you make money. I ain't even working. So I'm thinking, how am I gonna get from 6 cents to 6 million? But hey, and billion. If you can help me do that, I'm all yours. That's all I think about. Hey, you got a winner. You got a winner. Just tell me what I gotta do. I gotta sharpen this thing again because it broke on me. And those are the technicalities you have to deal with when you're trying to do makeup. We're gonna break at the 30-minute mark, and we're at 12:18. So I got to get a hurry up on. Okay. Well, anyway, I thought that was good and done. And my husband came in. Hey, Terry, hey. We had a good little laugh. So, a couple of weeks later, I'm still seeing the advertising. So I'm thinking to myself, well, it's still a chance. This woman got the goods. She can teach people how to be billionaires. Dumb me ain't thinking, how you gonna teach me how to be a billionaire and you barely a millionaire? But hey, I don't know. I don't know how they do these type things. So I'm still looking. I'm intrigued. So I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to what she had to say. Well, I realized you had to have an investment, even at the minor age. And the more you invest, let me get this straight, y'all, because if I don't get this straight, this whole show going to go down here. I don't know about y'all, but eyebrows set the face. And if the eyebrows ain't right, then just stop. Just wash it all off. I'm just playing. Y'all keep going, because my motto is it can go good, it can go bad. But either way, it's got to keep going. It's got to keep going. Today, we're going with orange and brown. I'm going to use the Glam Up palette, which is, as you can see, I like it. I like it very much. And I'm going to go with the Vivid palette. And there you go. Real colorful. That's where my oranges are coming from. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a color all over. Well, she said this the last weekend. You know, she was showing a it was neat. You know, I'm gonna make this app, and you know, we're gonna show how you can create generational wealth, and it's just for Black women, and all the content creators gonna be Black women, and you're gonna be able to show you whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I can do my makeup. Hey, this is me. Till she started talking that money, and I was like, maybe it ain't. Maybe I need to try something else. Well, anyway, she did. You funny. So I said, maybe it ain't me, because ain't no way I was gonna be able to go to Tony and say, hey, I need this much money because, hey, I'm about to be a billionaire. Because when I blow up, you blow up. And my husband wouldn't play that. That wouldn't work. So anyway, she said, this the last call. So one weekend, I just watched it. I was so sad. It was the last call. And I was like, well, that's an opportunity that's just going to have to pass me by, because I can't go to my husband with this. Now, I had been telling my husband about it, right? And he sat down and listened to her. And he thought, you know, she's pretty sharp, but she had a very, very foul mouth. And secretly, not plenty of people know this, but I can go ham on you. So I could have went toe to toe with that mouth, okay? So it didn't bother me all that much. Well, a couple of weeks later, she come back. So I'm thinking to myself, but when she came back, it cost more. So when she came back the second time, it cost more. So I'm thinking to myself, why would she come back? She must didn't get enough people, because all she was looking for was 100 women. Well, I let her go week after week. I'm constantly getting on the Zooms because I want to see the room. I want to see what women are saying. I want to see what the questions were that they were asking. And every week sound better and better, because she was answering them questions and they were all intrigued. But what I noticed is everybody came from a source of pain. They came from somewhere of, I need to do this because this happened in my life or that happened in my life. But at the time, even though I noticed that, I'm still thinking, oh, that's why we're going to be the bomb. because, you know, the pain up in this room, man, everybody's going to show out. Okay, this is my base color. I put my base color all over. Okay, so we're going with orange and brown today, orange and brown. So now I'm going to put another color on there. It's going to also be, did I say orange and brown? It's going to also be orange and brown. Well, anyway, she got to the last show. Tony and I was out that day. I kept feeling this pull. I kept going, why do I keep watching this woman? What is it about this woman that I think she's the Maywaker? Okay, the Maywaker. The Waymaker. Y'all, I got to change this time to a little later in the day because I ain't good in the morning. I don't be thinking or nothing. But she's a Waymaker. Anyway, I'm watching. Now, what I'm doing here is a trick. If you have your eyelid droopy or the top part of the lid droops over the bottom like mine's starting to do, you take that color and you put it above the lids. Normally you go within the crease, but this one I'm going to take it above the crease to make it look like the crease is higher, okay, a darker color. But anyway, I said, baby, this is the last week and I really want to join. I said, for some reason, God, I know it's God is telling me to join this woman because some stuff just wasn't common sense. And I knew it wasn't common sense. I just kept on like, maybe it's going to work itself out at some point. So anyway, he said, I don't know where you're going to get the money from. And I said, but baby, we can put it in no, we can't put it in the budget. He said, I said, well, maybe she'll do payment plans or something. He said, well, you can see if she do that because that's the only way. He said, but we ain't taking that kind of money out right now for this. I said, okay. So that particular night, I told my people, you guys, that I was going to get on and do a live at 7:30, right? And I was going to do a makeup live. Back then, I was doing makeup live just doing it. And so I got on that call. Y'all, it was surreal. It was surreal. I got on that call and she was going long because people asking a lot of questions and stuff. So she was going longer than the call was supposed to be. And I had my hand up to ask a question and I told the host, the monitor girl, I said, I want to ask a question real bad, but I got to go because I told my peeps, be on 7:30. I mean, that's back when I was real naive and dumb. 2020 had me just loaded on dumb. I'm telling my whole story. And then what had happened was my cousin said such and such, and then blah, blah, blah. I was telling my whole dang story. So the girl's like, don't get off. All you can do is ask her. So I don't know if she thought I'm finna get embarrassed. I don't know what she was thinking, but I did ask. I did finally get on, and I asked the question. I said, okay, since we're trying to do this and be billionaires, I got to be used to being in front of people and saying what I got to say. I need to know if you take payment plan. I'm thinking I put this thing on layaway. You know what I'm saying? She said, well, how much can you pay? I didn't think that far ahead. So I was like, I said, I'm going to have to ask my husband. She said, ask your husband. Why you got to ask your husband? I tell you what. Put her down, I'm going to sponsor her. I didn't hear it. All of a sudden, everybody there clapping and laughing, smiling. And some of them, you could tell they were just all excited because she was going, God said, you got to sow a seed in somebody. She just kept talking, right? And I'm going, what? What y'all talking about? What? So the host finally say, she just sponsored you, which means she put me in the program for free. Look at God. Look at God. So I got in the program for free. I'm thinking I later found out I was the only one she put in the program for free. Now, I'm not bragging about that because believe me, it was a minute time I didn't want to be there. So I said, I'm going to stick this out. What I learned from that experience, I'm going to keep with me, hopefully for the rest of my days. Because it taught me so many lessons, and I'm nobody could tell me that God did not put me in that position for a reason. They're your contrast color. Now I'm coming in with what I said we're going to do, orange and brown. Let me show you what I'm going to do with that brown. Watch this. Watch it. I'm going to take a brown. Now I'm in this pad. If you could, I'm in that pad. I'm going to take a color called Dubai. And I'm going to make it a little darker right there on the end. Right there. I'm going to make it a little darker. That's called the sexy color. That's the sex color right there. That's the power. That's the power color. Well, anyway, it ended up being 60-something women because I still got the roster. It ended up being 60-something women who said yes. Now, some women paid the higher tier. The higher tier was some serious money. That's when you got her individual time. I was in the low tier. I was with the masses, right? I get what everybody else get, which was fine. I can't complain. I'm up in there. I ain't paid a penny, right? Well, the first thing she did was she started telling us how to create videos, right? Now, you got to understand that at that time, even though it may come across that this is easy for me to do, it is easy, but I get all worked up before I do it, right? And then I'm just the type of person, when I'm back in the corner, and I just said, hey, I'm going to do this show at a certain time, and I'm back in the corner, I got to do it. I come out, and it's on and popping, right? It's just time to do it, and I can go pass out when it's over. So she told us to create a video, and the ones who create the best video, they're going to definitely be put on the app. But not everybody going to make the app. And I'm sitting there thinking, these people that paid their money, you talking about not everybody going to make the app? I wish you would. Now put me on the app and I'd have paid you some money. All this going to get turned out, So that's me. That's ghetto. That's ghetto one. And so it went on. We was in a group. All of a sudden, I put a video out there. She told us to make a 15-second or so video, introduce some people to our app. I let that thing stress me out. I said, I'm just going to do it. I sat down, Tony, I was going to walk out the door. I sat down, I did it real quick. I submitted it, and I said, well, when I come back home, I know this ain't going to go over well. Next thing I know, she sent out an announcement saying, congratulations, Wanda, ghetto one. Wanda is the first one that's going to go on the app. The first one. Y'all, we got about 6 minutes. Dirty Fresh is on. So it's time. Look, I done put my eyeshadow on. My eyeshadow is on. It's time to give you a little frost. Let me give you a little frost. Because y'all ain't going to understand unless I give you a little frost. I feel it. I feel it. Let's give a little frost. I always got to frost it up. I'm going to come right down here. Okay. I'm just holding a little bit. Give a little frost because we're going out in the sun. And when you go out in the sun don't play. You want to hit that frost. Here we go. I don't put a whole lot of fuss on it. One eyebrow ain't got to exactly match the other. As long as you got a pair of eyebrows. Look at that frost. Look. Sometimes I just want to jump back and kiss myself. I just really like it. But, so I noticed meeting after meeting, because we were meeting it like once a month, and she'd give us these assignments. Well, she all of a sudden, Wanda is the best one, Wanda going on the app. So I'm just all excited, and then all of a sudden we supposed to critique each other. I'm thinking we for real up in here. We're talking about billionaires. She ain't said we up in here to make $20. We're trying to make billions. So we critiquing each other. Dummy. The first video this lady put out, I'm critiquing her. And she asked me a question. Would you watch? Common sense should have said, yeah, of course, girl, I watch it. But I don't like nobody do me like that. Don't tell me you watch it and you wouldn't watch it because I'm on there looking like a fool. So tell me the truth. Well, I said, not really. I don't really think. And I told her this and that. So that set the stage for me right there. Everybody know if you want the truth, ask her. If you don't ask, right? So it's time to put a little eyeliner on. And believe it or not, the eyes take the longest. And I've just popped off the eyes real quick before we go. I'm going to put the liquid brown on. I put it on my hand, if y'all can see it. It's right there. It's the first one. I can't figure this camera. It's the first one. I'm going to put a little brown on the eye, just really close to my eyelashes. Every meeting got more and more tense, right? Because she's giving feedback that's really harsh. Now, I don't know if it's because of the way I gave feedback or that's the way she did it. My feedback wasn't harsh. My feedback was, hey, look into the light, blah, blah, blah. And y'all, this went on for a minute because we started in April. The software is supposed to be done her birthday, which was like September or October or something. And I'm thinking to myself, common sense tell me you are not going to finish this app in that amount of time. But common sense wasn't working in 2020. Common sense wasn't working. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, I always line my lips first. I don't know why. It just make me feel like I'm more done than I am, I guess. I don't know. But here we go. Now, if you notice, our products go on easy. But they have lasting power. I'll put that on my hand too. I'll put the color on my hand real quick. This is the lipstick we'll be going with bright orange today. We're going with bright orange. Well, the more and more she was coming at women, they're dropping. They're dropping. I want to drop so bad because I'm the type of person, if you coming for products that you use, I'm using Pharmacy. Pharmacy products. It's a European company. I don't know if you can see the name right there. You can reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'll tell you about anything that I'm using. Pharmacy is a European company. I love them because they have higher quality standards over there than they do here. There are so many materials that you should not put in cosmetics. And a lot of people don't know, but the cosmetic industry is not regulated, period. In the United States, they can put whatever they want in it. Now, they can't put, if the FDA said you can't use this, that, then they ain't supposed to use it. See, you feel me? But in Europe, if it's on that list, it is not used. If it's out there and all of a sudden the product comes on the list, they pull in the product. That's what I love about them. I've seen them do it. Now, what I notice is people are leaving, even the people who paid the most money. But as they're leaving, she's talking about the people, how they didn't have what it takes, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, something ain't right with this picture, but I kept saying, God, I'm out. And God was like, you got to stay. Why are you leaving? Because, look, you didn't pay to get in there. There's a lesson to be learned. Well, this is more of a reddish. I put it on top of the brown so I can make it like a deep orange. Oh, it's 30:32. I want you to take a quick break. And we're going to stop for a commercial break and come right on back. I'm going to keep going. I'll see you in a minute.
Hi, guys. It's Tina Wynn, your host of the podcast, You See Me. I want you guys to stay encouraged, continue to come out and see me, and most importantly, see yourselves. Remember, the only way that you can truly enjoy life is to see other people so that you can enjoy the beauty of seeing yourself. Come join me Saturdays at 4 on the We Empowered Network. Thank you.
Hello. I want to wait till you got back to show you how I put my lashes on. But it's last time. And what I generally do is I take the glue and put it on my lid, then I put the lash on. I tried the other way. It just don't work for me. But this is a quick trick. So you go as close to your lash line as possible. And my glue is black. I have a clear glue and a black glue. Now you probably saying you put on a brown eyeliner, then you put on a black glue. And I did. I did that because I'm gonna wear black. I just put the brown on just to kind of show you what it looked like, I guess. I don't know why I put the brown on, honestly. But let's get back to the story. What I noticed about this woman is during the meetings, which were only about an hour long, she would always put attention and focus on me. I'm the type of person who asks a lot of questions because stuff wasn't adding up. And I just kept thinking to myself, why women leaving and why are you so harsh? And the sweetest girl in there said something and she just went smooth off. And I was like, why you go off on this girl like this? You know, I'm asking questions. So people leaving, even the ones who paid a lot of money leaving, we're kind of find out they had signed a non-disclosure that you can leave whenever you want to leave, but you ain't getting none of your money back. I begged to sign the non-disclosure because I want to see what was in it. They wouldn't let me even see the non-disclosure. And I thought there's something up with that because if I'm doing the same thing they're doing, good morning, Regina, why ain't I signing the non-disclosure? Okay. So I think she started figuring out that I'm a little sharp when I want to be. Cause I personally didn't want people taking advantage of. I ain't have much to lose but time. She wasted my time. But people money don't just fall off trees, right? Money don't just fall off trees. And she constantly, every time you turn around, she asks for more money. She even had us, this one lady who was a big wig, who I call a big wig because she paid more money than the rest. But she had like a death or something. And the lady told us about it. Do you know she had us buy a gift? And she didn't contribute in that gift. She had us buy the gift. And me, I'm going, forever help somebody and something like that. That ain't easy. We bought her a gift. We ain't heard no more from that woman. We don't know if she got it or not. But I know she didn't come back. I do that every time. I got black on my face. When you do that, don't touch it. Just keep going. Let it drown its own. Okay. So I started watching her page and realized she was coming after people. She got on this white supremacy and kick and white folk kept getting the page taken down. Then she changed the scope to something else. But what she was trying to do was draw people to the app by division and separatism. So I couldn't understand, okay, how we gonna get to be billionaires because ain't nobody gonna buy this. Ain't nobody gonna buy it. So she kept changing the focus on her page. But when she was talking to us, it was the same. So I'm sitting there like, y'all, we need to watch how she moving because she ain't moving the way she tell us she moving. And the whole time, y'all, I'm still saying I need to get out of this because I see something ain't right. But I felt almost guilty running because once again, I didn't pay to beat her. So it's almost like I felt like I should beat her as a voice of reason or to help support the whole team because it was a group of Black women. We're trying to do this thing, make a movement and empower and help other people, inspire, motivate, all the good stuff. Well, she gave us training with it. And the training was worth so many hundreds and thousands of dollars, I guess, hundreds, whatever. And everybody got it for a lifetime, right? The first thing she said in that training, that first morning, was, and if you didn't catch it, you missed something big. If you don't bring me money, you are of no use to me. Now, I bought the books and everything, so I got the proof. It says it in the books as well. Well, I didn't say a whole lot about it, but I kept thinking about that. I kept thinking about that. Well, because I am vocal and ask a lot of questions, she came for me. She came for me, and I think she came for me because I was the easiest target. I didn't pay nothing. But at the same time, I'm feeling bad because I'm thinking, these people pay. So why are you putting all the attention on me? It's time for some blush. It's time for some blush. I don't know about y'all, but I'll be ready for the day when it's over with. Now, I use, because I don't have a nice orange blush I like, I'm going to take this same eyeshadow palette because I use this eyeshadow palette for many, many reasons. And yes, I still smile. And I'm going to calm it down. Okay, got my blush on. She came for me so bad in one meeting, y'all. And so what's happening is people getting more and more like, don't like me. It's just the bottom line. They're not caring for me because she's showing me all this attention. But I later realized that was on purpose. Let me put a little concealer on. That was on purpose. She's doing that as a distraction. Because I'm thinking to myself, they pay. Why are you paying attention to me? You need to be focused on what they're doing. Because I could drop out at any time, right? But they're trying to make money. Well, eventually, I think some of these women took the bait. Because, honey, she came for me. When I said she came for me, I ain't never fought that hard in my life to be quiet. I was trying my best to talk. And Tony had just left out the house. Had Tony been in the house, he would have shut all that down. But he had just left out the house. And it was something stupid she came for me for. But what pissed me off more than anything, nobody came to my defense. And I was coming to others' defense. I mean, they were saying stuff in the chat and all this other stuff, reaching out to me after the fact, calling other folk, telling them to call me. All this stuff was good. But no, I'm talking about right then and right there was when we need to say something. Because they didn't know that I was saying stuff. Sometimes I would say it there, sometimes I wouldn't say it there, right? But anyway, I was so mad at them women. And I was mad because I couldn't talk. But to this day, I think God shut me up. I think he shut me up because it didn't make sense that I couldn't talk. It didn't make any sense whatsoever that I couldn't say a word. Let me get this on, y'all. Before we run out of time, then I'll be mad at y'all. I'm mad at myself. Well, people started dropping, and this one girl dropped, and she said, you got to drop. You know, she was talking to me. You got to go. And I know I sound crazy to her, and I kept saying, God told me to stay. God, I can't. I wish I could leave. I want to leave. Soften this up. This is our finishing powder. And I'm softening this blush up. That's one thing about when you do use eyeshadow for blush, it goes on strong. Now I'm going to put contour on. So, what else happened after that? After that point, and everybody started leaving, I said to myself, she finna take them. I'll see what she's doing. Because she started, all of a sudden, she got a boyfriend. And she started every meeting telling us about this boyfriend. So what would end up happening is, before the meeting was over with, she may got to one or two people, and then next you know, I'll see you next week. And I kept wondering, why ain't nobody asking the question? But once again, I think God put me in there to teach me a lesson. I know he did. I know he did, because it was just too obvious what was going on. But the one thing I noticed, and I'm going to say this and I mean this, we did not stand up for each other. That separatism, that division is what runs this world. Anytime you can get some division going, you're doing it. Because that's what we used to. That's what we used to. And just as sure as my name Wanda, that lady started, people say something. She was being real quiet. She was telling us stuff she was going to deliver, and she never delivered. She never delivered. I'm still salty. So I'm just sitting, I'm kind of sitting back watching this whole fiasco, thinking to myself, this going to go down. It's going to go down bad. And I was afraid to tell my husband that I felt something so stupid, because I felt like he knew. I felt like he knew the whole time this ain't gonna go right, but I'm gonna let her get out there and make a fool of herself and go through this, because this woman is basically, she was a scam artist. And I said that with no regret. I said it when I'm still friends with a lot of women to this day. But out of that experience, I learned a lot of lessons. And I want y'all to know what I learned. We down to 43 minutes, y'all. And I'm almost done with my whole face and running my mouth the whole time. What I want you to see is it is possible to get in. And if I wasn't running my mouth, this has been done in 20, 25 minutes top. It is possible to get out the door within 20, 25, 30 minutes. Don't tell, in a full face. And with a full face, it is possible to get out the door. I'm going to finish rubbing with my hands. The reason I do that because your hands are warm, and it blends to me better than just about anything you got. I'm used to using that, and I'm getting this all up in my hairline, because remember, you put dark contour around it. So what could happen, I could take this off and put my wig or my scarf on, whatever, and then have a separation of color right there where I put my contour and my real skin color, okay? So be careful about that. Now, it's time to finish under my eyes. Under my eyes. The women now, many of us don't talk. And it was supposed to bring us together. Certain people went on and did their own thing. Certain people probably still hurt. But at the end of it all, she shut that group down and said, hey, y'all, we're going to come back to this. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. And I got to get ready for my upcoming engagement. And I thought, who has an upcoming engagement? Who has? I want you to surprise me. I don't want no upcoming engagement. How you know you got an upcoming engagement? She put on it anyway. To this day, that group out there shut. And do you know, I heard somebody say, I can't wait till she come back. And I'm like, baby, she ain't coming back. Because if you paid attention to her page, you will see she been changing the scope since we started. She was on Black women, then she was on white supremacy, then she was on men, then she went on back to the women. Now she's gonna teach you how to be a millionaire, because the billionaire didn't come quite off right. But every time she gave her bio, she never mentioned us. She never mentioned us. The group that she conned the most, I guess. But that's neither here nor there. What I want you to know out of that is sometimes don't beat yourself up if you get pulled into a situation that let me find my eyeliner, y'all. If you get pulled into a situation that you know you shouldn't be in, just leave. Unless you get this pull or God said hang out, carry it out, because I had to see this thing all the way through. Once it was through, it still took me a long time to get the lessons, because I'm pissed. Oh, I'm salty. It was a whole year later. I'm still talking about taking her to court. You know, I'm like, Oh yeah, I'm gonna find a lawyer. Then I'm thinking to myself, what exactly am I gonna say to that lawyer? I'm gonna do a little something different, put a little green on top. What exactly am I gonna sue her for? My time? My time? Because after the fact, one woman created a group and she put all us in it, all the ones who were left in the group, and even ones who left, put them in the group, and we supposed to help each other. Honey, I got up one morning and I said, nope, if we not gonna help each other back in that group where it would have meant more, what are we in this group for? Because we not gonna help each other, period. So I had to get out of that group because I was mad. If you ain't gonna stand up for me in front of them, don't stand up for me behind. That's just the whole thing. I'm looking for my black. I can't find my black, so I'm gonna have to go with the brown underneath. But I put some drama on the bottom, just a little look to give more definition to my eyes. That's right, Janelle, because, and you gotta be careful for people who come who look like sheep. Okay, they look like sheep. They're not sheep. You got to be very careful. And I was naive back in the day. I ain't gonna tell you. I walk around with "We are the world, we are the children." That was me. But now you have to be more careful. And I'm at a point in my life where the circle of women has to be tight. It has to be sisterly. It has to be loving. And even if you got to tell somebody something tough, let me put my eyeshot on, my eye mascara on as I get on my soapbox, and then face won't be done. Even if you got to give the tough, just like I was giving feedback. If I ask you for feedback, I'm ready for the feedback. This person is still out there conning people. The worst part of all of that is while we weren't looking, where I was looking, while we weren't looking, she was having separate meetings with women to say, hey, I got this new app coming. And I want you to be the first ones to get this app. And you will not only be the first ones, you're going to get this training, the same training that those women pay hundreds of dollars for. She gave that training to them for $50. If you subscribe, I'm going to put you in a private group. This is a pre-release. Subscribe for $50. And not only will you be one of the first who can give us feedback and tell us what you like, what you don't like, but you will also get this training. Let me tell you something. We're supposed to have access to that training from now on. I can't get to that training. Can't nobody get to that training. That training gone, baby. That training gone. And what can you do? There was nothing that any one of them could do because they signed a contract. And in that contract, you can leave and you get no refund. You got to read the particulars. Yep. And all up in the last year, I was still thinking about suing her. Pain and suffering. Because she was still conning people. Just know that a lot of people know that pain is. Here's what I think about pain. If you don't know this, I suffer from chronic pain. I shouldn't say suffer because I'm not at a place of suffering anymore. I manage chronic pain. Pain to me is something that every single person has. Every single person has love, but they may not experience love because God loves everybody. So they come out the gate with love, but they don't understand or know or quite, it may have not been explained to them what that love is supposed to feel like, right? But everybody has experienced pain. And you say, no, Babies don't, everybody experiences pain. That's you tell me somebody who don't experience pain. It could be I'm laughing so hard, I'm crushed over, hurting my stomach. That's pain. Pain ain't always negative. When I see something that's so beautiful that it overwhelms me, I get all choked up, hit the hurting right here in my throat, trying to hold back the tears. That's pain. Everybody experiences pain. So everybody knows that pain is valuable. We're either trying to get out of it some kind of way, or we're trying to help somebody get out of it, whatever our profession is. Some people also know you can take advantage of people who are in pain. And what I noticed, for everyone that was in the group, there was some pain involved. Because we all told our story, why you here, why you this and that. There was some pain involved. And because of this pain, bad marriage, bad relationship, bad life, bad job, bad just experience, whatever, that you fail for it because you're thinking, this is how I'm gonna make my way out. Okay. This is how let me do this because I'm gonna mess this up. Hold on. It's coming together. Can y'all see it? I'm gonna take after pictures and post them. Now, as far as the makeup is concerned, for the most part, I'm gonna put a little more up under. This is when I do all my little touching up, but for the most part, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I can put on my little orange and brown today, and I'm out. This is how y'all get me every weekend, because I don't normally put my makeup on. But now I'm not going to wash this makeup off because I took the time to put it on. So now I got to be, what am I trying to say? I got to make the best use of the day. So it's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. But that's okay. Y'all making me be productive. I want you to tighten up your world, tighten up your circle. If somebody's not making you feel good or taking advantage of you or taking advantage of others, get out and be fabulous. That's exactly right. Be fab, baby. Be fab. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Everybody ain't got to be in your life. Even the most famous people, even Oprah, she got one gig. She cool with everybody, but she got one gig. And so let me put some highlighter on before we run out of time. This is our talk time because I'm pretty much done. You can ask me any question. Once again, these are pharmacy products. But all I can say about that lady is it will never work out in her favor. If it had, she wouldn't have to keep changing the scope. Because all of a sudden, her and the guy broke up. Wasn't no guy. And I said it. Wasn't no guy. And so just anybody who can do people like that has true evilness within them, and that nothing good will ever happen. So I don't have to, all that wanting to get back and get even, I don't have to do that, because for me, she hurt my feelings, she wasted my time. But as far as life is concerned, every second of it was valuable. Was because I learned a lot. This is your highlight. This is what hits the sun. This is what gives me my sun-kissed glow. You see how that light hits it? We got a 3-in-1 highlighter. You can see which one I use the most. This thing is $20.90. I get it for $10.45 because I get 50% off. If we have a promotion and they put this thing on for 50% off, guess what I get? I get my 50% off. Then whatever's left, I get my 50% off. That's why I love the company. That's why I love the company. It's going to be a deal if I got anything to do with it. Well, I came out of there with some ladies that I'm friends with, so that part was good. I came out of there with ladies who are out there doing the dang thing. Right? I came out of there with more confidence in myself, with knowing how to deal with adversity, with knowing sometimes everything doesn't need a response. That was the hardest lesson out of all both love it. When you got one foot out the door, and me, I like to have that one foot out the door, and that other foot, when that other foot get ready to go, I'm leaving a mark. I'm dragging that foot out. I'm leaving a mark. I'm leaving a mark because I shouldn't have had to leave like that. But I hope that all the women, especially ones who were financially had put out money, that they get it back a billionfold. You know, let's just go for tenfold right now, but a billionfold would be good. Y'all, I'm so done with my face. Anybody got any questions? But this is the one thing I do that I just love, and I got to do it. I am not a big time gloss wearer only because I got to put it on 50 million times. I mean, I'll wear it because we got some beautiful glosses, but I like the frost look. So yes, you can see this is matte. I take Nefertiti and I make it into a frosted lipstick, a frosted matte. Once again, from an eyeshadow palette. It's not going anywhere. I could talk all day. It's not going anywhere. Now I'm going to put this on my hand too. We're at 58 minutes and I have enjoyed this. I want you to go out today. Have a beautiful day. Do not let anybody take you for granted or divide you. Get in a circle that is sisterly and loving and watch your coins. Now watch this. I put all this on while we're doing our makeup. It ain't going nowhere. That was the eyeshadow I just put on there. My finger. That's how good our products are. My finger. So, I don't know about you, but get you some finishing spray and be ready for the day. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? What about you, Janelle? Janelle been laughing at me. I want you to know it wasn't hee ha ha when I was going through that process. Tony caught an earful daily from me. But I thank you guys for coming. Next week, I hope to share more stories with you. I'm thinking about talking about cancer, breast cancer. But until then, take care of yourself. Take care of your heart. Love the people you love. Receive the love. Love yourself. And most importantly, love me. I'm so cute. But anyway, come back and see me next Saturday at 9 o'clock, okay? On the We Empower Network. You have watched Wanda on a Made Up Mess.